Da, 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 da. Another week of mess. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since we have talked about love after lockup. Now, I was out of town last weekend, so I won't be reviewing last week's episode because it's going to make this review longer than it needs to be. But let's get into this past Friday's episode. Let's get into the mess. Let's start off with our first couple, Angela and Tony. Same old, same old. I mean, what can we say? Angela was with her friends having a good time with her sister and the friend, and of course the guy who's in love with her. And she's explaining the situation to them about Tony. They are trying to convince her to give him up, but she can't because she's in love with him. So after spying on him, she revealed to Tony that she spied on him. He seems to be over it. Tony seems to be at his wit's end. But bitch, what the fuck? Like, what you gonna do? Leave? Go ahead. Go right ahead. She then takes him to her pastor, who's now acting as her counselor, to somehow get over the issue of Tony sleeping with different women. And you know what? It's one thing to cheat on a person, but to then cheat on them with sex workers. And I don't want to come across as like very judgmental against sex workers, but something about Tony gives me, I don't use protection tees regardless of who it is. Just saying. So during this during this counseling session with the pastor, Tony revealed that he's in jail. The pastor's, of course, taken aback, like, okay. But the pastor decided to dug deep a little bit with Tony on his past. And to be perfectly honest, I don't want to sound insensitive towards Tony's past because he revealed that he was abused by his father, physically abused by his father, and that kind of has, remain a long-lasting impression on him. And I do agree that that kind of background most certainly would have put Tony on this path of, drug abuse, his family not being with him because of his said drug abuse. So I understand that he has no one but himself. And of course there's Angela, so he's gonna latch onto her and never let her go as long as he can. But despite that, I don't think what he feels for her is genuine love, because we all know that he has not distributed any sense of love to her. I mean, think back to the old season of Life After Lockup. When we first met Tony, before he was out of jail, he played her dust, bro. And he continues to play her dust. But Angela's in love. And she wants to fuck him. And she likes fucking Tony. I don't know why. Anyway, that's them. Next couple, Andrea and Lamar. So, Andrea, can't stand her. Still can't. I'm sorry. I really... Andrea continues to reveal her immaturity and her selfishness day in and day out. I am a selfish person. I'll be the first to admit I love myself more than anybody else on this planet, and I will always have my best interests at hand. But Andrea is a little bit different. I don't have kids. She does. And I don't think she really thinks about her children. And I also don't think that she thinks about her partner. The fact that she said in the confessional that when Lamar was in jail, his whole world was about her. And then now that he's not in jail, his whole world's about everything else, including the job, the kids, and then me. No shit, motherfucker. He has to... I don't understand Andrea. She wants to be number one all the fucking time, despite the responsibilities that he has in his life. Let's not forget he does have another child. Besides Andrea's children and his child he has with Andrea, Priscilla, he does have, I think she's about 14 now, probably 15. But remember, she was so pissed off that the baby mother came with the daughter and she was just irate and she just stormed off like an immature little bit. I'm sorry, I can't fucking stand Andrea. She's so immature. At this point, I'm looking at the Marla, bitch, get a divorce. Set yourself free. Let the shackles go, my nigga. Like, you were in jail for 20 years. You don't need to be further shackled down by this woman. Although, seeing from next week's previews, it looks like Lamar was doing something down and dirty. But honestly, my bet is he has condoms in his pockets and she's so pissed off because they probably never use it. But maybe he bought it because he doesn't want her to get pregnant because he's not in a position to get pregnant again. That's what I am going to assume. Because what pussy he getting in Utah? Besides white. And I don't feel like he dips and dives into white pussy. I feel like he's strictly black. He just gives me that tease. But then again, wasn't his ex-wife, I'm sorry, his baby mom, wasn't she white? Was she just mixed? I don't know. Anyway, Andrea reveals she wants to get a divorce, or at least propose divorce as a solution to their issues. And of course, that to me seems as a cop-out. And I just don't think that she is mentally, emotionally ready for any relationship. Andrea has a lot of working on herself to do before she's able to commit to Lamar. That's my opinion. Okay, next couple we have, let's start with Jon, Shane, and Lacey. Still don't like them. They didn't really give me much this episode, but Jon is at a halfway house talking to his sister, and she seems to be very proud of him. The family seems to be proud of him as well, that he's back on track and he's trying to get his life back together. But of course, he then reveals to his sister that he wants to get back with Lacey. I, as his sister, is confused as fuck as to why. Nothing about Lacey seems like a good idea for Jon. And as the sister says, she's toxic. They're both toxic for each other. They're both toxic individuals. And I noticed that sometimes, especially in movies or novels or just media in general, there seems to be this notion that a wonderful relationship has a lot of downs. Like there's just a lot of emotional pull and tugs, and that person's always hurting you. And I don't know why society sometimes uphold that kind of relationship. I just don't think they need to be together whatsoever. You need to be with someone who's willing to make you a better person. And for Shane or for Jon, I don't think she's that person. Now head over to Shane and Lacey. Shane, fuck you to BTV. They were rude as hell. When Shane fell down rollerblading with Lacey, they played that scene 3 times. Different angles. You mean to tell me when Cheryl got slapped by Josh's mama, not a camera was in sight? But when Shane fell down, you had cameramans all over the place. Get out of here. But anyway, Shane revealed to Lacey that he cheated on her. And he was really... I'm sorry. His explanation was like, yeah, so I got something to tell you. But I kind of did something like this girl. She was hitting on me, of course, shifting the blame. She was kind of coming on me hard, and I was drinking a whole lot, and so I kind of cheated. I'm kind of. And Lacey's looking at him like, what you did? What did you do? I'm pretty sure she knew what he was going to say. Then he finally spit it out that he slept with somebody else before the wedding. Now, I want to know when. He didn't really specify with Lacey nor with his friend when he did that. Did he sleep with Lacey? Remember when he proposed to Lacey and she said yes, and then came back and got angry because he didn't propose in the way she liked, and she got angry with him and was trying to hit him, beat him up, and so he was like, fuck this shit, I'm getting out of here. Was that the night that he cheated on Lacey? Now, I understand. There's a part of me that's a little bit torn because he was fucked up for not telling Lacey before they got married. If you're going to enter something as strong as, it's not that I have such a high value of marriage, but it is a big deal for some people, and it's also a legally binding contract. So I would like for us to have our bullshit out on the plate in the forefront for all of us to see, and then we can decide, do we want to continue with this? And Shane didn't do that because he was afraid of losing Lacey. But like, she's gonna be mad either way. I rather reveal that truth before getting married versus afterwards. My personal opinion, but hey. Lacey, of course, got pissed off. She got up and left Shane at the roadway. She just said, "Skrrr," and drove out of the parking lot. That shit was hilarious. I used to call it Uber. I mean, hey. But at the end of the day, I think Lacey knows that it's kind of her karma. I mean, you played Jon. You also played Shane. Shane continued to stay with you, and I don't know why. But I just think that Lacey's the type of person who cheats on people all the time. I mean, didn't she cheat on her ex-husband too with Jon? So, like, girl, whatever. All right, there's no Clint and Tracy. There's no Cheryl and Josh. Praise the Lord. Who else do we have? Let me look at my book. Hold on. I wrote their names down. Who else do we got? I had them somewhere. Oh, Brittany Marcelino. I felt so bad for Brittany because, of course, we learned that she had 2 pregnancies that she had to go for adoption in her earlier years when she was like 16 or 15, and the father was an adult man. I mean, he was a man she met, she was 12 years old, and he was 30, ill. And unfortunately, Brittany's situation in which the system was trying to reconnect or connect the children with the father was very disgusting, but not shocking. I don't have faith in the justice system. I don't have faith in the government, to be perfectly honest. I really don't think that they're in our benefits when it comes to people who are really struggling and hurting. And it was really sad to see that somebody who had experienced the emotional abuse and sexual, let's be real, abuse by a 30-year-old man, and yet here is the fucking city trying to reunite this bitch. Y'all made an effort to reunite the children with a 30-plus-year-old man versus trying to reunite it with the girl, with Brittany. I don't get that. And so I understand Marcelino's hesitation regarding to Brittany trying to reconnect with her children. But I also think that in this process that Brittany is trying to do, that she should seek medical attention. I think she needs counseling. There's so much has happened to Brittany. It's heavy on my heart. So I can't imagine how it's been for her all these fucking years. And I really do think that she needs to unpack those emotions with a professional. Marcelino's a great supporter, I do believe that, but I don't think he has all the keys and tools for her to truly move on with her life. And it's not as if Brittany is stuck in a rut, but it's quite clear that she needs it. She needs counseling. And I personally I don't know what she tends to do with Homie, who's currently in jail, is going to be released on parole next month. Is she expecting to visit him? If so, I personally think she shouldn't. I don't think there's this notion of closure, which we're going to get into with Michael and Sarah, that sometimes how the situation ended is all the closure you need. And I think in this case, she needs to close it. Like literally her herself, close it. Forget him whatsoever. As the show bleeps out his name, it's time for you to bleep him out your life. And I really hope that Brittany seeks medical attention, just some counseling, some sort. You know, TV's great. I understand it's all for a check, but your pain, especially to this level, it's not some bullshit like Angela and Tony. Like, I'll make fun of that shit all day long. I don't give a fuck. But to see Brittany really go through this and that traumatic experience with neglectful, alcoholic parents, then a pedophile preying on a child, and you birthing children when you yourself was a child, and then end up in the system constantly, and you're 30, and it's just now finishing after all those years. I mean, you spend your informative years just experiencing pure bullshit, and I don't think that the government or the system or whatever you want to call it truly looked out for Brittany in that way. I think they just kind of stamped her as, you know, a delinquent to call it a day and not truly understand her, but that's how the system is. Now I'm depressed. But please, seek help. Fuck this show. Fuck this show and seek help. My opinion. All right, next is our last couple, Michael, Sarah, and Megan. Or better yet, we should call it Michael, Sarah, and what's her name? Maria? First of all, Maria, fuck you. Maria, please suck a dick, you old ass hack. I don't know your purpose. I don't understand people who wants, especially when it regards to baby daddies, baby mamas, why you want to put yourself or interject yourself into that. For me personally, it's like, you handle that. That's your business, and you need to be mature enough to figure out what you're gonna do with your moms. But for me, I'm over here chilling. I wouldn't even join this trip. Michael does not need emotional support, but I understand you want to be a pick-me bitch. That's what she comes across to me, a pick-me girl. Pick me. I'll be whatever you want me to be. Whatever position you want me to be, I'll be that girl. Because I don't know. When she was so prideful, puffing up her chest like, I have Michael. Like, he's a fucking prize. Like, get out of here. I'm sorry. She can suck a dick. But let's get into Michael and Sarah. So, of course, we're back to the scene where Sarah's arguing with Michael, and she brings up that he's here with some other bitch, and he's like, let's not get into that, which I personally agree. There's some points that Michael made that I, too, feel the same. Michael stated that Sarah is in love with him and wants to be with him, and Sarah was very dramatic, like, why would I be with you? With you, what you got? All these, the black came out strong, the nigga, who are you? But all that don't mean nothing because you clearly do want him. I'm sorry. You didn't, more of the conversations was pertaining to how he has treated you and how he's treated you with Megan and with the other woman. And I think at that point, Sarah should know that whatever her and Michael have is dead. It's been dead. Quite frankly, I don't think it was there to begin with. And she needs to come to terms with that because it did come across as more of, you hurt me, you haven't apologized for that hurt, and I'm supposed to just turn my back and pretend like it didn't happen. And I do agree. I think that's what Michael wants her to do. Michael hasn't really verbally apologized to her for his actions. He's been very brushed it off as if it was nothing. And I think that's complete utter bullshit. Like, he's complete fucking trash. And he's sitting here thinking that, her aggression, her anger is affecting how they're parenting, and that shouldn't do that. And I understand, I personally agree that Sarah should not use her children as some type of leverage to her kids, but at the same time, you can't just pop in, pop out. Michael does not know what it means to parent, in my personal opinion. His idea of parenting is him showing up when he can and playing with Ariana for maybe 3 hours top. But when it comes to true parenting, where you're with that fucking kid day in and day out, or you gotta wake up at 6 a.m., put the clothes on the baby, get her dressed for school, feed her, lock her ass into a fucking car, drop her to the school, pick her up, listen to this boring ass stories kids love to tell. Michael can't do that. He can't. He does not know what it means to truly parent. Sarah has hold on to that burden all this time, and then he thinks he can just show up. And yes, Sarah's going to dictate the amount of time that you have with the kids. Personally speaking, you guys need to work it out in terms of the court, in my personal opinion. They need to go to court, figure out a system. I doubt that Michael will ever get full custody of them damn kids. Come on, Sarah. Come on. He's been in and out of jail for how long? Who in a fucking right mind is gonna take them kids, especially a baby, and give it to fucking Michael? Sarah got her own house. Michael's living in his mama's house. Let's be real. He has no leverage. I, on the other hand, if that was me in the situation, when Michael came, divorce papers right there. Sign it so you can be done with this. I don't know why the divorce is taking 20 fucking years. Michael has nothing. And I doubt Sarah has that much to her name either. So I really don't think it should take that long to have their divorce process. After that, go to the courthouse, figure out a system for custody. Who's going to have full custody? And I think Sarah should have full custody. You guys live in separate states anyway, so... And I doubt it's going to be 50-50. Michael's not prepared for that. Ugh, come on. But I'm excited for next week's episode. I do think the TV show is kind of playing things up, like Marcelina with that other woman. I don't buy that. I really don't. I don't. Andre and Lamar, ready for the fight. Ready for the fight. Who else am I ready for? Oh, and then Maria mentioned in this episode that if Michael can't see the kids on his terms, then she's gonna visit Sarah and do what? What the fuck are you gonna do to Sarah? Fight her? Unless Maria happens to be a lawyer or a paralegal at best, and then she can drop some lingo on Sarah. I don't really see a purpose. But that was Love the Lockup. Please like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.